What up, though? What up, though, my spades? Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode. I greet you with the word love. Hoping y'all had a good week. You know, I had a good week. Okay, I can't complain. Had a good week. Both my teams, college team won, Michigan won, Lions won last night, Monday Night Football. You know, hey, it's a good week. Good week, everything going good, you know. Yeah, can't complain. You know, everything going good on the job, you know, moving along. You know, I'm blessed, and I'm hoping you're blessed as well. Like I said, I greet you with the word love. If you're visiting, it's your first time coming across this, hey, welcome. You know, hey, we celebrate love. We celebrate love on this channel. So, hey, you're more than welcome to hit the subscribe button. You know, this is where we go. This is what we're about. You know, sooner or later, I'm going to go live. So, hey, we could chop it up live. But for whatever reason, for whatever reason, you know, God ain't, you know, he ain't took me down that path yet to go live. You know, sometimes, you know, hey, you just got to appreciate what God have you. You got to appreciate what God have you, especially if you know you praying, you know you've been on your knees, you know you've been trying to do what does say the Lord. You know what you're doing, you know. Sometimes you just got to appreciate where God have you. You know, it might not be where you want to be. You might not be who you want to be with. You might not be, you know, with your loved ones, but you got to be grateful and appreciate what God is doing for you today. All right, my spades, we go get at it. Well, you know, today, you know, the subject is 2 reasons why couples are not honest with one another. Are you totally 100% honest with your lover, with your spouse? Are you totally? Can you be totally 100% honest with your lover, someone you're dating, or your spouse? Excuse me. And I'm about to give you 2 reasons why most couples cannot be totally honest with one another. All right, first of all, I want to talk about, before I give you all the reasons, I want to talk about 2 different situations. This first situation, I think it happened earlier part of this year when I heard about it. You know, I wanted to speak on it, but God led me in another direction. Y'all might have heard about it. It was a young lady. She's a white collar. You know, she has a white collar career. She's in the corporate world, or she's at her company. She's upper management. Okay, and I guess they was having like a family function or a dinner, or they was having something for the employees. Bring your spouse, you know, bring whomever. They was having like a special dinner, you know, for the company. Like I said, this woman, she was, you know, one of the higher echelon executives. Excuse me, I don't know what's going on with the throat. But anyway, she asked, now y'all got to bear with me because y'all probably heard of this story. Like I said, it happened earlier part of this year. Or it might even happen I want to say earlier part of this year. Anyway, she asked, it might have been her husband. I want to say it's her. I don't think it was her lover. I want to say her husband. And she asked him to attend the dinner that her company was having, you know, but her request was, hey, you know, get casual, you know, kind of get casual, what have you. throw on a button-down shirt or what have you, because she was dressed formal. So I guess she wanted him to represent her, in a formal manner. And this dude literally raised hell. Okay. I mean, and I wanted to speak on it. Y'all probably heard about it. I wanted, but God had me at a different place, and I ended up speaking. I think I spoke on the Bible. I did maybe a Bible verse or something. But this subject has come back around, so here I am with it. Now, again, if your spouse or lover is asking you, hey, to a formal dinner or an occasion where you represent them, why would you raise hell? You're going to be around her peers, her superiors. But the gentleman, and I almost want to say, if I'm remembering the story correctly, I can't remember if he had graduated from college, but he had been to college. In other words, what I'm trying to say, he just wasn't no uneducated person. This was an educated brother, but he was all on the internet. He was doing podcasts, and he felt his wife was wrong because he couldn't be himself. He wanted to dress how he wanted to dress. I don't know if he wanted to wear, some gym shoes. I don't know if he wanted to wear a track suit or a jog. I don't know what he wanted to wear, but he was livid. He was very upset, and my thing is, for him to take on a position, hey, you want me to put on a show in front of these folks. I don't dress like that. That's not me. What have you? Listen, okay, all you little young brothers out there, or whoever, that's taking the same position as this young fellow. But I want to say he was closer to 30. Because someone asks you to represent them, they're not asking you not to be yourself. Because understand, the way I talk around my peers, my partners, when we out watching the game, we having some wings, or hey, I'm chilling with my partners, I'm smoking a cigar. The way I talk around them, I don't talk that same way around my elders. And it don't mean I'm being fake. I'm just respecting their presence. I'm respecting their presence. I'm choosing a vocabulary that's suitable for my elders. I'm not being fake. I'm being me, but I'm being respectful, and I'm showing honor to my elders, or if I'm around my partner's elders. If he introduced me to his mom or his auntie or his grandmother, I'm not being fake because I'm honoring someone that's older than me. Okay? So that's why this was one of the reasons why led me to this topic, because understand that young lady didn't have to even invite her spouse to the employee dinner, because this is occurring more. I spoke about this some time ago. More and more it's becoming more common that people are having on-the-job spouses. It's happening more and more. I'm in a new program. I'm on a new job in training currently, and it's about 20 of us. And we in classroom talking, and this was just last week. Someone mentioned having a work spouse, and one of the little ladies that's in the chorus, nah, we don't do that. And just last week, another lady saying, yes, we do. Yes, and again, I'm not condoning it. I'm not condoning. I'm just explaining to those that don't get out as much, that don't know what's really going on in today's society. It's becoming more and more common because most people spend more time on their jobs than they do at home. Most people spend more time with their coworkers than their own family members. You got people working easily 10, 12 hours a day. A lot of times 16 hours. It's nothing for nurses. That's their basic schedule. Most nurses or medical staff in the hospital, they doing 12-hour shifts. You do that every day. You spend a lot of time with your employees. So can you be totally honest with your lover, the person you're dating, or your spouse? Two reasons. Two reasons why couples are not. And I'm about to get off into that. And another reason that made me bring up this topic, because about 7 years when I first moved down to this area that I live in, I was dating a little lady, and we was getting quite serious. We was getting really serious. You know, we was even talking about marriage. But she had 2 teenage daughters that was, my good, both of them was in high school, and them daughters was off the chain, okay? They probably was indulging in adult activities more than me and their mother. So because of that, you know, they was a little, you know, they was a little much at the time. They was a little much at that time. You know, me and the young lady parted ways. But before we parted ways, we was going out of town. So we was gonna go out to eat when we was out of town. So she wanted to show me a dress that she was gonna wear. Now she in her closet. My back is to her. She brings out the dress. I turns around, look at the dress. My facial expression and everything was what I didn't even have to say it. My facial expression and everything said, and this is the way I thought, it was the ugliest dress I'd ever seen in my entire life. Okay. Now, it was a red dress, and, you know, it had trees on the dress, but the trees looked like, you ever seen, the trees didn't have no leaves. You ever see the little scary cartoons that come on around Halloween, and you know how they show the trees with no leaves, it's just branches, and it's just, when I looked at it, like, what the? So then I see I hurt her feelings because just my look. So, you know, I'm trying to be a gentleman. I ain't trying to hurt her feelings. I said, well, I'll tell you what, maybe it look better if you put it on. So I'm trying because I see I hurt her feelings due to my facial expression. So the young lady, she wouldn't put the dress on. And I'm looking at it. Being on didn't do nothing for me. But long story short, after that, we got into this blew up argument. Well, why you make me put it on if you knew you? Because because I seen I hurt her feelings by the way she was taking the dress back to her closet. So the gentleman in me was like, well, So I was trying to say, put the dress on. Let maybe the way it fit, whatever, you know. And one word led to another, and this big disagreement ended up occurring. So after that, this was about 7 years ago. So I took a poll, I took a survey. I asked no dating men. I ain't asked nobody was dating. I asked all brothers that was married, okay? Married or living with a woman. I didn't ask anyone dating. I asked all men that was in a serious relationship or married. Hey man, if you and your woman was going out and she decided to wear something that you didn't like on her, could you tell her? Every man that was married or in a serious relationship living with their lover said no. Everyone. I even had a couple brothers tell me, man, I ain't say because she go get attitude, she go get mad, whatever. If I say, a couple brothers say, hey, I still go out, but I'm half paying attention to her. My eyes is everywhere else in the room. And I thought that was crazy to me. Because I guess I just live in a fantasy world that if I'm in love, if I'm married, baby, especially if I'm going around your people, hey, baby, what you want me to wear? I'm going around your people. That's just me. That's me. Hey, I'm going around your people. Hey, you want me to wear this hat or you want me to wear this hat? You want me to wear this shirt? Well, I'm going around your people. It's nothing. It's not because, hey, I want to please, whatever. I want you to be looking at me, Hey, I'm going around your folks. Hey, which fit you want me to rock? That's nothing. That's nothing. And I will hope one day that I could fall in love and be married. And then if me and my baby, we going out or whatever, especially if we going where my people are at, and I say, babe, you know what? Hey, throw that other little fit. I love the way that fit. I will hope she wouldn't go nuts. But I'm telling you, it's a lot of couples, just basic. Something basic is that. I've been through it several times where women has took offense, has really taken offense. And then, like I was telling y'all about the incident earlier where this dude, he was all over social media talking about it because his wife wouldn't allow him to be himself around her bosses, her superiors, and her peers. He was just raising hell. That's so crazy to me. That's crazy because you would think people would just want to please their lover. You would think they just want to please their spouse. Hey, if we're dating, even if we're not serious, you would think people just would want to please, but that's just not the case. And I'm going to tell you, if you have that, you have something truly, truly special. If you and your spouse or your lover could be 100% honest with one another, y'all have something special because I'm telling you, most people, I talk to people, I interview people, and people don't even know I be interviewing them. When I'm out in the public, whatever. I'm a people person, so I talk to people. So I collect data, I process it, and I'm telling you, it's 2 reasons why couples cannot be totally honest. The first reason is people are super sensitive to these days. Everybody, men, women, everybody's super sensitive. You can't give constructive criticism, You just got to praise all the time. If you give any little constructive criticism or, hey, babe, can you rock this? Or can you wear that for me? Whatever. Man, you liable to offend someone. I remember a gentleman told me when I was taking this survey about 7 years ago, he said, my wife asked me, she had just came from the beauty salon getting her hair done. And she asked him, well, babe, do you like my hair? And he said, it's okay, but he told her he liked the last hairstyle better. He said for 2 weeks she had attitude. 2 weeks. He said for 2 weeks. Every little incident or whatever, if he mentioned the food or something, well, I guess you don't like the food because you don't like my hair. He say for 2 weeks until she got her hair done again, he had to hear about it. So I'm telling you, it's a lot of couples are not being totally, and this is basic stuff now. We ain't got to talking something super serious or deception on the job or, flirting or, this is just basic. A wife asks her husband, hey, do you like my hairstyle? If he don't give her praise for 2 weeks, he had to hear about it. So sensitivity, everybody, men, women, everybody has gotten super sensitive. Hey, the second reason is anger issues. We're in a society where everybody get angry in 2.5 seconds. Everybody in 2.5 seconds. Everybody carrying guns, everybody carrying weapons, everybody is the baddest, the toughest. It's gotten to the point it's really hard to run into them just sweethearts, just a sweetheart. Everybody just, either super sensitive or anger issues, So that's what it is nowadays, So again, if you're in a relationship when you could be totally honest, man, you got something special. Hold on. Hold on. You got something special. All right, y'all. This concludes the topic of the day. I hope I put something on your mind. If you know you're dealing with these issues, man, you got to go ahead and work on these issues. Work on, being a little more balanced, not being so super sensitive or not getting angry if over every little thing. If someone say, baby, I ain't, we got to work on our attitude. We got to work on getting back, as a society, we got to work on getting back to just being pleasant, just being an even keel, just being more, laid back, more reserved and less anger. I'm battling. I'm working on it as well. I'm working on it, y'all. I'm working on being. Listen, God has brought me a long way. So, hey, my spades. Look at here. I wish y'all love and happiness. And my spades continue to love